looking for our first home together. We've lived together for a few years, but we're looking to buy for the first time, which is very scary. But we found, I think, a listing for a property, went to view it, and that's when I met Fatmir there. He was great, like immediately knew, just got it in terms of what we were looking for and what we wanted. And the first place that we viewed was not this place with him. But definitely didn't try and oversell that place, and sort of was realistic with it, which was really nice and like refreshing. I immediately just warmed to him for that reason. He just seemed like a really nice agent, and actually was giving us the truth, which was good. We were expecting the whole journey of buying a house to take forever, and Fatmir actually just made it so quick and easy because he just got it straight away. So it was really good. And then now we've ended up here. It's a great success. We've done it. But yeah, buying a house for the first time, terrifying. And we're really glad that Fatmir was our agent because he made it. He was so responsive and like on the phone immediately. And if we had any questions, he was just like, "Yep, no worries, we'll sort it." Like he helped us with the solicitors as well. And so yeah, he was really good. Fatmir was just all over it immediately. Like as soon as I'd message him, he'd reply. He was really professional on emails. He was like really professional the whole way through anyway. But as soon as we had any questions, we would get an answer. Always professional, always really quick, and just reassured us throughout the whole thing. I did also deal with sort of, I think, his boss, Martin Gerard, as well, who was helping us through the negotiation phase of the price and things like that at the start. And again, when we were going through that process, they were all really helpful, really quick with responding, gave us really good advice as to what to offer and things. So yeah, I can't really fault Martin Gerard or Fatmir for all that they did.
So when we were looking, we knew roughly what areas we wanted to look for. And to be honest, most of the places that came up were Martin Gerard.
Yeah.
So that gave us some reassurance that they had really good local knowledge. We viewed a few properties, and then Fatmir's come along and he's really taken it by storm compared to some of the other locations that we were looking at. Again, the fact that we looked at one place with Fatmir and then he knew our vibe, he knew exactly what we were after. He delivered that by saying, "Well, actually, I've got this other place. Come with me. Let's organise a time and I'll show you this as it's just come up to us." So he's done us a solid favour there because it's worked. Overall we were just very impressed with their local knowledge.
They were very personal. Like the second time that we viewed this property was not with Fatmir or someone else because Fatmir was not working that day. He was also great, lovely, was interested, engaging with us, knew the property, and again knew the area, was able to answer our questions. And then with Fatmir, sort of him, I found that the family business felt like it came through because it was him that we were always contacting. He was our main contact. I did obviously speak to Craig a few times as well, but it was mostly like Fatmir was looking after us. That's what it felt like. It felt like he was our agent. He was the one looking after us. He was responsible for the sale and for us and for making sure that it went through smoothly. So yeah, I definitely felt like that. It wasn't like I was bounced between agents and speaking to loads of different people. I felt like when I spoke to people, "Oh yes, you're Fatmir, we know it's sort of fine." So yeah, we felt very looked after throughout the process, which is nice because I feel like we did have some other viewings with some other agencies and I didn't get that experience at all. It was very disinterested and kind of like, "Oh yeah, have a look around if you want. I'll just be in the corner on my phone." Whereas it definitely wasn't that. And Fatmir went like above and beyond as well to help us get the sale through. We came here at silly hours after the tenant had moved out and we said, "Oh, sorry, it's at 7 p.m. after shift. Are you sure it's okay to have a viewing?" And he was like, no, it's fine. Like it's all right. So he felt like he really went out of his way to help us with that, which I think is a service that I wouldn't expect from like a bigger, I don't know if Martin Gerard are big, but it didn't feel like they were big.
Simple things as well, like when we're communicating with him via WhatsApp, I found that so much easier than having to do formal emails. And when we're texting with Fatmir, he's able to actually have a conversation and not just be like a droid of an agent that just replies with a simple answer to our queries. And having that conversation just made it feel a lot more personable. I also felt that some of the other agencies that we looked around were quite pushy. So sometimes when we were doing viewings for other properties, the agent wouldn't really be engaging with us during the viewing, but then when we go to leave, they'll then ask for an offer. And that is that's not something that we enjoyed very much. Whereas with Fatmir and Martin Gerard, that the level of communication was perfect because it wasn't too overbearing. And then also during the viewings, they were proactive, they were guiding us around, and then most importantly, didn't pressure us for anything at the end of the viewing. And actually, it took those few viewings with Martin, Gerard and Fatmir to find the right place, and then we felt comfortable to be able to put in the offer.
Quite a few examples of how they've gone above and beyond, really. Like I said, this is our first purchase, so we had no idea what the process was like. Fatmir was holding our hand the whole way through. We would message, we're shift workers, so we sleep at odd hours and stuff. Fatmir really worked around that for us in terms of viewings. Like I said, we came for a viewing quite late because it was after our shift, and he worked around our schedule, which I'm sure is outside of his normal working hours. So that really helped us stress-wise. It helped so much, and it was just really, really kind of him to do that. Like, I felt like he really went out of his way for us. And again, with the communication, Fatmir was just so responsive immediately. Really liked that we were messaging rather than having to email, and it becomes so much more complicated when you've got such a long email chain and things. So that was really good. And then Martin, Gerard as a whole, when we first put the offer in, or were thinking, right, we want to put an offer in, the advice that we got about how to make an offer, what sort of things to ask, it felt very honest. I was expecting to be pushed on price. I was expecting to be told you need to go in for the highest possible, oh, well, the asking price is this, so maybe you should go a bit more. I was sort of expecting that and didn't get any of that at all. I got really solid advice that I thought was very reasonable. They helped with all the negotiation, obviously, of that aspect of it. And it was over a few days where every time I contacted someone, whether that was Craig or Fatmir, or I think one of Fatmir's colleagues as well, they were all just lovely. So that really helped with making us feel reassured.
I felt like we could absolutely trust Fatmir and Martin Gerard. To be honest, I think that the main reason for that is the person itself. So with Fatmir, he came across so personable and so reliable, and he demonstrated that in his actions, being responsive in communication, but then also whilst viewing the properties, he understood what we wanted and then was able to find something that suited us. And for us, that built up that level of trust. Instead
of just pushing us towards property that actually wouldn't have been right for us, now retrospectively looking, he just sort of guided us towards what actually would be good, or better to suit our needs, really. So the first property that we viewed with him, he was just honest about it, and upfront in terms of certain aspects that he thought, actually, you guys have said that you want this sort of element to it, and that's not the place here. So instead of being really pushy and just looking for a sale, which we felt like other agencies did, it was, let's find something that's right rather than just get you through the door, get you in, get you, pushing. So that was refreshing to have, instead of just a let's get you a house. It was very much let's get you a home that's right for you. The reason we're doing this testimonial for Fatmir and for Martin Gerard as a whole is he put in the graft. He really did. We are busy people, but he has got us. We can't thank him enough for how much he helped us through this process. It was such a stressful time. Everyone knows how stressful buying a house is, but it was such a stressful time, and he took so much of that off us just by being so helpful, so nice, so genuine. Felt like he really had our best interests at heart, so it only felt right to give back, and to thank him and and Martin Gerard as a whole for what he's done for us. We love our new home, we love our new place that we're living, and out of a pretty rubbish situation came this. So we just wanted to thank him because he really deserves it. He put in a lot of good work. So,
yeah, and that's good work over 4 or 5 months. This is the least we can do to say thank you to him. Yeah, I would absolutely feel comfortable in recommending Martin Gerard to our friends. We have quite a few that are looking for their first home soon, so apologies for the workload, but they might have some coming their way.
Yeah, definitely. They were really good. Stood apart from the other agencies that we briefly worked with and looked around houses for. 100% would recommend. Definitely made the process as stress-free as buying a house can be.